Hi everybody. Today I'm going to talk about child support and how the federal government has it working in Canada. It is stupid. It is. Once you get to understand it and you are one of the victims of it and get to know about it and then how it works, it's really a big giant flawed system. So, child support is basically about people who make the higher income and the person that has more custody of the child. So if you make a higher income, you have to pay. If you make a lower income, you have to pay. Does that make sense? No. They don't look at the equity or the financing, both words are the same, of either one, and how to determine things, and who is more responsible for the child that is growing up. Does that make sense? In my case, it does. So, if a family that's separated, the mother and father are separated, now they put the child in the middle. Is that fair for the child to be in the middle? No. Now the child is unhappy. Now the parents are like, hey, now one person is trying to be more of the responsible one and has more logic. And how to get out of all of this, and this is the biggest thing everybody uses. Who here uses, we're going to compare orange to an apple. Who done that? A lot of people do that. And I'm like saying, that's how they get out of that conversation. I'm like saying, listen, we're not going to go to your apple to oranges to apple, blah, blah, blah. Logical thinking. That's how you get out of this conversation. All right? The thing is, here's one. A cat and a child. A dog and a child. Are they different? Not really. Just by a tiny little bit they're different. That's by a tiny bit they're different. But other than that, they're the same. You have to make sure you are taking care of that animal. And you have to make sure you are taking care of that child for the rest of your life. Even until you pass away or the animal pass away, you have to buy food. Now, you have it now. Back to you have some food. And you got to make sure to feed the animal. You got to make sure to feed the child. Make sure the child tries. Make sure everything. It's about the same. The only difference is between a human and a person. We are going to be the next taxpayer. And the government doesn't realize one thing that they don't put in. This is going to be your next future taxpayer. When they hit 18, now they got a job and career and blah, blah, blah. This is your next taxpayer. You should be helping them. We have flaws in our system that is geared to the criminal. Does that sound fair to anybody? No, it doesn't sound fair to anybody. Now, if you and the other person don't get along, you don't need mediation. Truthfully, it's actually mediation is all about trying to get the two parents to talk and how to quote and make it should be equal. There's people out there that don't even go through mediation, don't even pay child support, and they actually go. And then there are parents out there, there are people out there that don't even want nothing to do with their child, and the father disappears, or the mother disappears, or whatever, vice versa, it doesn't matter. And there is research out there. Here's one that I want to talk about, one that I'm going to bring up before I go any further. This is about men. I'm sorry, women, but it's about the men. I'm not being discrimination because men get discriminated too by the women. Doesn't matter. I'm not discriminating either one. 95% of men commit suicide due to child support. And then, now, if that person dies, where are you going to get the money now? The government's not going to give you another batch of money. No, he's dead. You can't go after his parents. And you can't go after your own parents. So where are you going to get the money? So child support is a flaw in the system. It is basically taking the lifestyle that you guys used to have before you had the child and putting it up there and thinking oh yeah, I need this much money to pay for this child. No, you don't. Look at the financing. Look at all what they have. Everything. Don't just say, oh, this person gets it because they have more custody than you do. Raising a child should be 50-50 all the way. If you can pay for your own stuff, you pay for your own stuff. If he can pay for his own stuff, he pays for his own stuff. Because you want the child to have a good life. You want the child to be grown up and have a good aspect from right from wrong to wrong to right. An animal is no different than a human being. You still gotta teach it from right from wrong to wrong, from right to wrong, and wrong to right. We don't go backwards, we go forward. And the biggest word, two big words in this world, just two, and they are decision making and money. These two words are the biggest thing in the world, decision making and money. And then there's one more extra word that is not out there, and people are dumb. I'm sorry, people, I'm saying that. Logic. People do not use logic at all. They don't look at a big picture. They look at a tiny little picture and they are looking at the now. Okay, what about further down? Now you're taking money away. Does that make sense? If you both are making the same equity and the same financing, do you need that money? No. Of child support? No. The child support is basically, they deserve it. It's like your driver's license. Is a driver's license, do you deserve having a driver license, or is it a privilege? A driver license is a privilege. And people say, no, it's not. And I say, yes, it is. It's a privilege. Child support is the same thing. Do you really need it? No. Is it a fraud? Yes. So why should we be paying into a system that's a fraud? Just because you put it in a federal law because people can't pay. Oh, now what if this person lost their job, or they start a new job, or whatever? Now he falls behind on his child support. How is he supposed to catch up? In the US, if you fall behind on your child support, guess what they do to you? They put you in jail. Canada, what do they do to you? I don't know. So, we have a system in North America that's a big giant fraud. In Canada and the US, it is a fraud. Child support. It doesn't matter what happened to you, and you two are in love, a couple, married, divorced, common law, it doesn't matter. But in the end, you look at the income. People change. Everybody changes every day, including myself. But when you have responsibilities, you rise up to the occasion and take responsibility. Child support should be looked at and determine who should get the child support. Not just say, oh, that person gets it. Okay. And you're like, did you look at the whole big picture, or you just look at a half of the pie? It was a whole pie, and now it's half of the pie. You've got to look at it. But that's how the world is. Three things. Decision, money, and there's no such thing as logic anymore. People just remember that. Logic comes a long way. So all I have to say about this is all about child support. And I think the governments need to do something about it. Because all they care about, they don't care. We got a federal election going on. And guess what? You know what? If they start looking into the freaking child support and start doing something about it, and getting Canadians out of debt, it'd be great. And looking at child support, the white race is dying, and I don't think we are out. I'm not trying to discriminate all the races, but I know the white race, the black race, are the two that have the biggest, highest divorce rates in North America, and they have to pay child support. So this is basically about child support, because child support is a joke. It's a fraud, and they like to get out of it, and they say, no, you can't, no, we gotta do it. I'm like, yeah, we gotta do it, alright. But guess what? You didn't look at the full picture before deciding it. You just think they deserve it. Just like how we go get a license and they deserve it. But this is my video, and I'm going to send the link to it, and I hope you guys all realize, and if you have suggestions, I can give you some answers, because I'm going to keep making more videos like this and talking a little bit more into depth into this. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye.